Okay, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to pound on you for a minute. You made a statement that you believe, and I think it was sort of a conservative concept is where you were headed, that if you have to give any incentives, you believe they should go to larger corporations because they're more likely to stay and succeed. And I got that. I understand what you're saying.
Let me correct that real quick. No, actually, It is in manufacturing concerns only, and they're very rare. I only agree to a handful of them. There are a few elements you can't turn down.
Right. Well, my point is, I believe that there are some incentives for small business owners of all kinds that I believe would, I've got a database of about 11,000 potential buyers because over the years they've called on different businesses. We keep them in the database, and that's how we sell additional businesses. And 60% of those people come from out of state.
Right.
So and they could go to any state they want, right? They're just looking for another opportunity and want to normally come to a warmer climate. Right, of some sort. And so for me to be able to say we have these 3 or 4 incentives really changes the dynamics considerably. And I believe instead of going after the elephant, if we'll go after these smaller deals, it won't take as much. And I understand it doesn't look as successful when you put it on paper, right? But if we can get 100 small businesses compared to one manufacturing plant, I believe the effect would be probably better.
I completely agree. I think you are.
Oh, come on! You're not going to argue with me. I was expecting you to argue a little.
Well, no, because I rarely argue with common sense. Again, the Charlotte Chamber, most ED guys, all economic development guys. I should probably talk about that. Will go after the elephants because they look so good.
Sure,
and they it's great to have it on front page paper. What you do have to do is you have to build up those middle tier folks, and I am one of those that say, look, it's not just the money. If it's now gotten to where if you were going to locate a business, you are crazy not to ask for the tax incentive because everybody hands them out because they think so. It's a race to the bottom. One of the things I'm starting to work on is how we start to have concierge service, how we start to say, what is it specifically you need to come here? Do you need an education package? Do you need a utility package? Do you need a streamlined business solution for something that's unusual? Tell me what you need to make it easy to come here, because we're then going to guarantee that. And then we're going to celebrate you as a contributor to the community, as somebody who's willing to pay their fair share to support the parks and the schools and all of that. Because, I tend to beat up on people by going, if the only reason you're coming here is because I paid you, I'd rather you go somewhere else. That's not. I don't want you to be my neighbor.
Right. No, listen, and I'm just a firm believer, because I know this, obviously, because it's what I do, right? A small business that opens up, they're going to employ between 4 and 5 people.
Right.
And they're bringing spouses with them, which normally they'll open a second business as well, or go to work and they're put into the employment system.
Let me tell you the other interesting part about that. One of the problems with large businesses is, in the end, they tend to cost us more than we get. Because if you bring a business, one of the things we found out in software years ago, if you land a plant that brings 300 or 400 people here, it costs more to serve those 300 or 400 people than the tax base they bring.
Jim, we got to get you back, man. We got it.
I'm ready.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much, Jim Puckett. We do appreciate Pitbull of Mecklenburg County.